Hello, I'm Cliff Walker, and on this training I'm going to share with you probably the most important concept that you will learn in network marketing. At least it was for me, and when I fully understood the concept and implemented it in my business, it made a huge difference to my income. Today we're going to discuss the real key to success in this business: effective duplication. And I'm going to share with you the one thing that you absolutely must duplicate if you want to build a rock-solid residual income. An income that will pay you for many years to come, well after the work that it took to create it has been done. People talk about the importance of duplication in network marketing all the time. But what exactly do we need to duplicate? Is it being professional? Is it good prospecting techniques? Is it personal sponsoring activity? Is it the right attitude or the right work ethic? Is it personal growth? Is it our 4-step process? Is it being a good sponsor? Or is it some of the values like honesty, integrity, and loyalty? Well, of course, all of these are important, but in reality, there is one thing above all others that you simply must duplicate if you are to create that rock-solid residual income that most of us dream about. Consider this: your income has absolutely nothing to do with the number of people you have in your team. So if it's not the number of people that creates income, what is it? Well, it's pretty simple really, and if you didn't already know, you may have guessed it by now. Your income is directly related to the volume that is generated by the community or the team that you build. That's it. In a nutshell, you must duplicate volume, as it's volume that delivers your paycheck. So how do we do that? How do we create volume in our business? Well, firstly, it's important to understand that there are actually 3 different types of volume that you can create and therefore duplicate in network marketing. So let's start by looking at these 3 different types of volume, and then we'll focus on the activities that you need to personally implement in order to create them. The first type of volume that you can create is retail volume. This volume is generated by purchases made by your personal customers. Having real customers is as important in this type of business as it is in any other. Imagine having any other type of business with no customers. It wouldn't happen. Yet this is so often ignored as people focus only on finding distributors, as that's what they think they have to duplicate. Well, I suggest building a strong customer base of between 10, maybe as many as 20 customers over time. Although, of course, you can tap into the additional 10% leadership matching bonus on your personally sponsored distributors with just 10. Customers are the lifeblood of any business, and on a future training, I'll be sharing a simple 3-step system for acquiring customers. The second type of volume that you can create is called introductory volume. This volume is created when a new distributor joins your business and places their first order. Remember, it's absolutely key that a new distributor places a product order to get started, as our business is about consuming and sharing the products, and this can't be done if there's no order placed. The third type of volume is personal consumption. This volume is created through the personal use of our products through you and your family. And your objective should be to duplicate all 3 types of volume throughout your team. Now let's consider the activities that we need to focus on in order to create those 3 different types of volume. There are 3 key activities. These are promote, enroll, and consume. We create retail volume by promoting the products. Now note, I did not say by selling the products. Most of us are not good salespeople and we don't want to sell. And more importantly, most people are sales resistant. They don't want to be sold to. Think what happens when you go into a sales showroom of some kind and the salesman or the saleswoman approaches and asks that famous question, "Can I help you?" What do you say? Well, of course, most of us say, "No thanks, I'm just looking." Why? Because we don't want to feel sales pressure. We don't like being sold to. You see, the process of selling creates a force, and wherever there's a force, there is resistance, and you don't want to create resistance, so don't try and sell. Instead, simply promote. Effective promoting gets exactly the same result as selling. A sale occurs, and of course, that's exactly the result that we're looking for. We are all naturally good promoters. We promote good books, good movies, good hotels, good hairdressers, and lots of other things. But of course, when we promote effectively, we are not attached to the end result, and that's the key. For example, if we promote a good movie and the person we told doesn't go, we don't get all upset about it, do we? But when we try and sell, we are attached to the end result. We're attached to the sale. So just learn to promote naturally. Share the value of our products and the results that you and others have achieved. Speak with passion and confidence without trying to persuade or convince. And most of all, don't be attached to the end result. You'll be amazed at what happens. The second key activity that you need to personally focus on is enrolling new distributors into your team. Again, notice I said enrolling and not recruiting. Most networkers focus on recruiting, and guess what? Most people don't want to be recruited. Here's my definition of recruiting. It's getting someone to do something that they don't want to do, but getting them to do it anyway. Sound familiar? Have you ever sponsored a distributor who did absolutely nothing? In fact, they just seem to want to hide from you when you call them. Yes? Well, maybe it's because you recruited them. Maybe they didn't really want to join you, but you got them to join anyway. Enrollment is different. People enroll in things from a place of choice. Health clubs, golf clubs, tennis clubs. Because they want to. They see some benefit for themselves and they want to be part of it. So how do you enroll someone in your Jeunesse business? Well, have a clear vision of what it is you're building and what it can mean for the people who engage to build a business with you, and simply share your vision with people. If your vision is clear and compelling and people can see how it can positively impact them, you'll have people wanting to join your team from choice. You won't need to try and convince or persuade anyone. If you haven't already done so, I'd urge you to create a vision for your business. And if you're not sure where to start, don't worry, as we'll cover that on a future training. The third key activity that you need to engage in is to consume our products. You need to be your own best customer. I know how obvious this sounds, but you'd be amazed at how many people in this industry don't use the products as they should. You really want to move as much product as you can, and consuming the products throughout your family is an effective way of creating volume that can easily be duplicated. So to create personal volume, you simply promote, enroll, and consume, and teach others to do the same, which results in the duplication of volume through your team. To make this simple, you want to create what we call a duplicatable effort. This is an effort that everyone in your team can see themselves doing every month. A duplicatable effort that involves promoting, enrolling, and consuming. It's the duplicatable effort that creates the duplicatable volume. Let's look at an example and we'll see what a dramatic effect it can have on your income. Let's say that the monthly duplicatable volume that you want to create is 1,000 CV per distributor. This, of course, all starts with you. You have to be prepared to generate 1,000 CV per month and then teach others how to do the same. You are the role model for your team to duplicate. This can be generated by having 10 personal customers buying just one product per month, which would equal 600 points. Enrolling one new distributor per month with a Supreme package, which would create a further 300 points, and personally committing to ordering a minimum of 100 PV through AutoShip. Let's look at the impact this could have on your income. Let's say that you have an active team of just 300 distributors, 100 in your left team and 200 in your right team. Now, without direction, most people will always gravitate to the minimum required to earn money. So in our business, that would be 60 PV, just to stay active. Well, if you have 300 active distributors doing 60 points each month, you would have 18,000 points in total volume. Now, with that split of 100 in one team and 200 in the other, that would create 20 cycles. And you would earn $700 in income from team commissions. Not a bad little part-time income. But let's look at what happens when those same 300 distributors duplicate 1,000 points per month. You would have 300,000 in volume. That's 333 cycles, and your monthly check would be over $11,500 just from team commissions. Now, what would you rather have? $700 per month or $11,500 per month? That's a six-figure annual income with a team of just 300 committed people. Imagine if that team was 1,000 or more. You see, it's nothing to do with the number of people you have in your team. It's all to do with the volume that you create. So let's look at what would be a good duplicatable effort in order to reach the goal of 1,000 CV and how this can be easily achieved. Let's say the goal is 2 new customers every month, 1 new distributor with a supreme package every month, and a commitment to 100 PV on auto chip. That would produce 120 CV in retail volume, 300 CV in introductory volume, and 100 PV from personal consumption. That's a total of 520 CV. That can be easily achieved through effective promotion, enrollment, and consumption. If we set the goal of 2 a day, 10 in play, that's 2 people per day for 5 days a week, that would be 40 people that we would be speaking to in a month. Remember, from that activity, we're only looking to find 2 new customers and 1 new distributor. Is that possible for you? Well, of course it is. And if it's possible for you, is it possible for others to duplicate? Of course it is. The truth is that you are responsible for your own success. It's not your sponsor's responsibility or the company's responsibility. Your success is your responsibility. Remember, you must become the role model for your team. Show the distributors in your team what is required for success by leading from the front. We wish you great success in achieving your personal income goals with Janess.